once I got back from Japan, I immediately dived back into Pikmin 4 after beating it a year and a half ago since it got a major update. I've said this in a previous video, but I consider Pikmin 4 to be the best Pikmin game. I love the quality of life improvements, such as the game suggesting which Pikmin to take out and being able to swap Pikmin before entering caves without having to make a trip back to the Onion, and that little pause you get when you've thrown the necessary number of Pikmin on an object. My biggest criticism at the time was while the game can be challenging, it was overall on the easy side. The update introduces difficulty options, making enemies tougher and longer to kill. There were times I had to restart a cave floor because a good chunk of my Pikmin got killed. Aside from difficulty options, there is also a rollover mechanic, which essentially serves as a new game plus, allowing players to replay the game with all the upgrades of both the player character and Ochi, as well as all the onions. I'm glad we got this, as I badly wanted to replay the game with a fully upgraded Ochi. One common complaint that didn't bother me much was the auto lock-on, and while there's now an option to turn it off, it makes it where when Pikmin are thrown, even if the player is moving, the reticle stays in place. How it should have been done is to have the reticle stay in place only when a trigger is pressed. Problem solved. However, I will say it did annoy me during the 7th Sage Leaf challenge, the one where you have to kill all those Bulborb larvae and sheer fleas with only 5 purple Pikmin. I will say the higher difficulty wasn't made with Dandori challenges in mind because when I replayed the Leaf Sage's 9th challenge, there's no way I could have beaten it on the highest difficulty because there's a time limit and enemies take too long to kill. When I played the game a year and a half ago, I did manage to get a platinum medal on every Dandori challenge, though I wouldn't recommend it since all you get is raw materials. Overall, I'd say this update is a welcome addition to Pikmin 4. It makes the game reasonably difficult and allows for replaying the game with all the upgrades. It does puzzle me why Nintendo waited until now to release this update considering the game has been out for over 2 years at this point.